Hey you guys, so today I'm gonna read Proverbs 23. So here we go. And I'm gonna start doing a little bit of commentary and not just reading. So here we go. Proverbs 23, and I'm reading, just so you know, from the New King James Bible. When you sit down to eat with a ruler, consider carefully what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you are a man given to appetite. Do not desire his delicacies, for they are deceptive food. Do not overwork to be rich. Because of your own understanding, cease. Will you set your eyes on that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away like an eagle toward heaven. Do not eat the bread of a miser, nor desire his delicacies. For as he thinks in his heart, so is he. I want to go back just to the verse I was reading before where it was talking about do not overwork to be rich. Because of your own understanding, cease. And then it says, for riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away like an eagle toward heaven. Wow, is this in contrast to our day and what we are told to do? And even, I heard somebody talking about vision boards and it's something that I've even done. And in contrast, we are to want what God wants for our life, not what we are, what's the word for it? If you think about it, then it will happen. Well, we need to be praying that things happen in our life which God desires, not necessarily that what we desire. And maybe, riches isn't what God desires for our life. Maybe it's rich in something else. Maybe he does give us wealth and we're to use it in the way that he wants us to. Okay. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. The morsel you have eaten you will vomit up and waste your pleasant words. Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your words. Boy, this is something that I have had to learn and am continue learning to just, not give advice to someone who's not going to listen. Do not remove the ancient landmark, nor enter the fields of the fatherless, for their Redeemer is mighty. He will plead their cause against you. Apply your heart to instruction and your ears to words of knowledge. Do not withhold correction from a child, for if you beat him with a rod, he will not die. You shall beat him with a rod and deliver his soul from hell. There's a lot of controversy with, that verse right there, but after raising 4 sons, I think there's a way to discipline a child with, as he says, a rod. Personally, I used a wooden spoon. I would hit myself first with it, but I would always, before I, spanked, but right here, do not withhold correction from a child. So, okay, let's continue. My son, if your heart is wise, my heart will rejoice. Indeed, I myself. Yes, my inmost being will rejoice when your lips speak right things. Do not let your heart envy sinners, but be zealous for the fear of the Lord all the day. For surely there is a hereafter, and your hope will not be cut off. Hear, my son, and be wise, and guide your heart in the way. Do not mix with wine vipers, or with gluttonous eaters of meat, for the drunkard and the glutton will come to poverty, and drowsiness will clothe a man with rags. Listen to your father who begot you, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Buy the truth and do not sell it. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding. The father of the righteous will greatly rejoice, and he who begets a wise child will delight in him. Let your father and your mother be glad, and let her who bore you rejoice. My son, give me your heart, and let your eyes observe my ways. For a harlot is a deep pit, and a seductress is a narrow well. She also lies in wait as for a victim, and increases the unfaithful among men. Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has contentions? Who has complaints? Who has wounds without cause? Who has redness of eyes? Those who linger long at the wine, those who go in search of mixed wine. Do not look on the wine when it is red, when it sparkles in the cup, when it swirls around smoothly. And the last it bites like a serpent and stings like a viper. Your eyes will see strange things, and your heart will utter perverse things. Yes, you will be like one who lies down in the midst of the sea, or like one who lies at the top of the mast, saying, They have struck me, but I was not hurt. They have beaten me, but I did not feel it. When shall I wake that I may see another drink? Obviously, this goes against being drunk with wine. And you know, this is convicting because I've been one to have too much wine. So, you know, as a believer, we really have to take heart to these things that God is telling us through his word. So that was Proverbs 23. Have a great day.